Ladies and gentlemen, now in today's video, we're going to be breaking down everything you need to know about the brand new global boss fight, Demonic Beast Gloom. So this fight, if you got Sariel or the one Escanor, is such a cheesy time. It's very, very easy. We're also going to be talking about how to deal with this boss and also the strategy if you don't have either of those characters, man. Because there's always new players that don't have the top tier gods, and the annoying thing about this boss is, every 2 turns he's going to stance and gain evasion for 2 turns. So yeah, if you don't get on top of that very quickly, man, again, he's going to be evading like everything aside from ultimate moves, and that is very, very annoying. However, one unit that is absolutely amazing for free-to-play and new players is the red SR version of Slater, because his second card, Overpowered, disables everything but attack skills for 2 turns. So you actually disable the stance and also his bleed card as well. So yeah, you pretty much cancel out half his abilities there. And aside from that, what you need to know about this boss is that you can't stun, petrify, freeze, or coerce him, and also in the second phase as well, he gets 20% more basic stats for each buff on the boss and enemies. So if you run like, Red Arthur, for example, you buff everybody up, you're going to give him massive stats and like 1,000,000 health there, and you really do not want to do that. So yeah, be very careful using buffs in this fight, because again, it can literally like double his health in the final phase if you like, for example, use like Hellbrum or Easton or Gilthunder's buff and then transition into that final phase, and you have like all of the buffs on your team, because that's like 80% more health there. But I'll show you the really easy strategy with Escanor. So we've got Escanor, Slater, Gotha, Arthur. Again, like Escanor by himself with Gotha is pretty much enough to pull this one off. So we're just going to upgrade Escanor, and then we're just going to move around 3 times here. So we get 3 ult gauge on Escanor, and we also draw a card as well. The card draw really doesn't matter for the most part, because Escanor is just going to easily bonk this man, hopefully in 1 card. But yeah, we'll see what happens. Again, the first turn, he doesn't apply his stance. So this should be, as long as you've got a half-decent geared Escanor, all of the damage you're taking in the fight here. So you can see he's got about 266k phase 1. So let's fire off this. Let's go for this as well. And then we'll just chuck off like Arthur cards on top of that for a bit of overkill. But I think this bonk should one-shot here. So yeah, easy one-shot with like a proper geared Escanor out there. But you see, like, again, we didn't even use the second card, so there was, like, probably additional, like, 200, 300k overkill, and at this point for the final phase, you're then at the one Escanor's ult, and then he's got about 300,000 there, so yeah, you've got the additional follow-up of the one Escanor's ult, an additional card here as well, and you can just chuck off, like, any remaining cards in hand. So, like, it's a very easy and quick boss to farm if you got the one Escanor. You see, we crit him for, like, 900,000 there as well, which is absolutely ridiculous. And if you do have Slater on the team, again, there's a much higher chance to crit your opponent on top of that. But yeah, Escanor, absolute cheat code for this boss. But let's move over and showcase the Sariel strat. So Sariel is pretty much the same thing here strategy-wise. Again, if you're using Sariel, you probably want to use attack food just for a little bit of safety, but it depends like how well geared your Sariel is. But again, if you got Sariel or the one Escanor, those are the characters that you need to build a really, really good gear set first. So yeah, make sure you sort them out if you haven't already there. But yeah, it's essentially the same strategy with Sariel here, and again, if you don't have Arthur, you can use Death Pierce maybe for a little bit more damage if you are struggling to crit. So yeah, let's move Sariel cards here 3 times, and then go for an upgrade on Sariel. And then next turn we got two magical silver cards. Ideally, you want to draw another Sariel card at this point would be great. But also, for a little bit of safety as well, you can also chuck off Overpower this turn, just to make sure that, the boss doesn't actually use his stance. Just, you know, if you do have lesser gear, so just to show you that there. But I think this should be enough to easily kill about, 300,000 here. So yeah, that's 183 off that first card, and then off the second card we got 94k. So yeah, we didn't even need the Arthur card there. And again, you can actually, instead of Arthur as well, you can add in another very high Blue damage dealer for additional cards. You know, there's a lot of additional ways that you can build teams, but here, like, it's just game at this point. You know, we can fire off ultimate, we can kill the boss, but yeah, I want to showcase like another strategy, and we got limited runs on this, so yeah, we're just gonna bail out. But it's just GG at this point. It's very easy as long as you're in that final phase and prepared for it to one shot. But anyway, let's go for a strategy. Assuming you don't have Sariel, you don't have the one Escanor, you got no festival units, so let's make a team for that. So I've come up with like a super mega budget setup that new and progressing players can use, maybe for some of the lower difficulties. Again, you can push for the higher difficulties, but it depends on like how many upgrade materials you got for the characters and also your gear sets as well. So we got Barn here for the ult control. Again, this guy's available in story. Slater as well to disable the debuffs and stances. We got Gotha for the upgrades, and also King for the healing on top of that. So yeah, my gear, you know, is a little bit whaley, and obviously we've got everybody level 80 super awakened. But again, this can work with a lot lower gear on the easy levels of this. We are going for the hardest one here, extreme. So yeah, hopefully we are just going to breeze through it. But again, we don't have the burst, and we don't have the crazy damage of having Sariel or Escanor on the team. So there is that as well to potentially consider here. But I think we'll just go for like all of these cards initially. So yeah, that like takes out both of the bleed cards first turn. So he's just going to use like his standard attack. And yeah, the way we really want to deal damage with this team, man, is basically just getting ultimates. I think we can just like double upgrade on Slater here as well if we want. For additional security. It's like a little bit wasted, but it also, actually not really, it gives us like another, what is it, golden one for the final phase. So I quite like it for that. And let's also merge on Barn here for now. Plus, also, Slater's debuff, I believe, reduces attack-related stats by 40%. So this man, like, is going to be hitting for nothing here. But yeah, he's not even, like, using his ultimate, man. So yeah, that's working out pretty well. I think we'll just move around. Let's, instead of, like, moving, let's just, like, use this for now. And then chuck off the King card as well here. But yeah, you can see, like, he's just doing nothing, man. He's literally just standing there. So also, this is really good for, like, Red Gotha's passive, because we just built up the stacks. I didn't know this, like, actually disabled him actually using the ultimate as well. Like, that's crazy, dude. That's really, really good. And let's rush King's ult. I guess we don't even need to worry about healing here, man. And I think we're just going to move around the Slater card for now. Actually... yeah, that'll do, man. That'll do. I'm a little bit, what was it, spoiled for choice here. I didn't know what to do. But yeah, again, Slater is just like God mode cheese for this fight, dude. So even if you don't have some of the best characters out there, you kind of chilling on this one, man. Let's that I think should be enough to like take him down there. So yeah, we shouldn't have too much of a problem then. Let's upgrade Barn and just move around of a Slater card. I've got like no good attack pieces on Slater because I actually run like a common crit damage set just for support. So yeah, his gear is literally common level. It's really really good to build as well for additional support. Okay, so final phase. So let's just again use this dude so we block out everything, and then yeah, just fire off all the ults there. I don't know if this is actually going to be enough to kill. But we'll see what happens. I kind of hope he stays alive for a little bit here. I think he should actually... oh, no, Slater finished him off. Okay, well, that was a stupid run, man. Literally disabled everything. I'm going to go back and just test as well. We'll do another quick run through of this team. But it seems like we actually don't need Barn. So I'm going to swap out Barn for somebody else that could be interesting. So yeah, let me have a little bit of a think about that. Alright, so we've taken out Barn and just brought in Deanne here. Because again, Deanne is available in story. Again, very, very common character. I was thinking about counter Meliodas, but he's not really attacking in. So, you know, it doesn't, you know, make any sense to try and get value off those counters there. But I guess for like, what is it, debuffs, you might be able to combo... with a weak point card, but I think the AM might be slightly better. Let's chuck off this, chuck off this. Should we disable this for now? I think we might as well. Like the draw that we had last run was pretty ridiculous. But I just want to make sure that this is consistent as well for the final phase. Because, yeah, that first run was just silly, man. It was absolutely stupid. What do we want to go for here? So I think I'm going to upgrade... don't upgrade Deanne. Doesn't really give me, like, any additional damage. We can also, like, attack disable if we upgrade Deanne. So, yeah, I might go for that. Get the 2-turn attack disable here. A bit of bonus damage. So, yeah, why not, man? Let's just chuck it off. So yeah, that I think on this boss as well, you can like stack up both the attack disable and the what is it, debuff disable. So yeah, it just doesn't end up using anything. Actually, I'm not too sure if this is going to block out the ultimate here, because yeah, we had him sealed like pretty early with a gold last time. So yeah, we might actually be subject to the ultimate move here. We could probably kill, but I'm assuming, like, you know, I'm a lower geared player, man, and I don't quite have the damage to push. Just trying to put myself in that position. But I think those Slater gold upgrades, man, are not bad. The silver, I don't think, the silver doesn't prolong the duration by a turn, but even if it's an ult, it's only like 70k damage to survive on the hardest difficulty. So yeah, that really isn't too bad to deal with. And then let's just make sure we use enough damage here to push phase. I think dump off King's heal card as well, just to get Deanne topped up. King, like, what is it, really isn't necessary in this as well. He's not bad for damage, you know. He works out right. He's not great for damage, but if you're a newer player, he's not bad for damage. Because he's got the ultimate and the single target card. So, you know, can work out. Oh, okay, we don't have the debuff disable here. It doesn't matter too much for the first turn. But, yeah, I actually do need to dump some cards here. We want to make sure as well that we don't use a buff. Buffs are bad in this fight. Because, yeah, it could end up, like, very badly if you get a golden buff. So, yeah, we've kind of overdrawn the upgrades a bit and don't really have the, what is it, right play moving into this phase, ideally. Okay, nice. That's really, really good. So I just wanted to... I could, like, easily kill next turn, but I just want to make sure, like, he's doing nothing in the final phase. And you can just, like, sit there, just twiddling your thumbs. Let's check off this as well, and I think just pass the final one. Because then, yeah, like, everything's disabled on this man. Does it also, like, cancel out the ulti in the final phase here as well? He still ults. Why did it cancel out the ult the first time? I was a little bit confused by that. So, yeah, maybe you do want to bring in Barn just for a little bit of safety. Yeah, so confused as to why he didn't ult the first time. Maybe it's like a bug or something we had. But, yeah, I mean, you can see, like, it's pretty much GG's, like, doing nothing next turn. So even if we pass our turn, it just comes back to another turn there. So yeah, it's just like massive cheese mode, dude. Like, again, Slater's like such a good character to take up, in my opinion. For everybody, at least do like 6-star, level 60. But ideally, if you do have the resources to like fully pump up as well. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, hopefully you did enjoy today's Global Boss Guide, and if you did, please do smash that like button, that'd be greatly appreciated. Aside from that, thank you all very much for watching, take care, and I hope that you have an absolutely fantastic day.
You are not subscribed to the whale sin of spending? Who decided that? Subscribe now, or enjoy the bitter taste of regret.